RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.
Boys basketball and girls basketball. Our first honoree this evening is John File, son of Eric and Cindy File. His activities during Marquette. He was in soccer for 4 years, he was captain his senior year, all sectional as a senior. Basketball for 4 years, captain his senior year. Baseball for 4 years, president of the International Club, and our homecoming king. JT will be attending Maryville University, majoring in physical therapy. JT Bio. Our second honoree this evening, our cheerleader, our senior Tiffany Baum, daughter of Paul Baum. Tiffany was a varsity cheerleader for 2 years. And Tiffany will be attending Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, majoring in architectural engineering. Our third honoree, Talia Tadlock, daughter of Jim and Cindy Tadlock. Her activities in Marquette: SAD for 4 years, ambassador for 4 years, peer leadership for 2 years, breast cancer awareness for 1 year, moms for 1 year, and cheerleading for 3 years. Talia will be attending Lewis and Clark Community College with a pre-major in history. And I should introduce them all at once because they've been together since 5th grade. And they all played together at St. Ambrose, sort of. All of them played together except Paige. She was on the second team at St. Ambrose. Not necessarily a worse team, but the second team. What a great group. Paige, come on out. Paige Coleman, daughter of Jim and Gwen Baldwin. Her activities in Marquette: SAD for 3 years, peer leadership for 3 years, International Club for 4 years, campus ministry for 2 years, National Honor Society, soccer for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, ambassador for 3 years. Wow. Paige will be attending a 4-year university, majoring in business. Paige Coleman. Sarah Holford, daughter of Jack and Deb Holford. Activities in Marquette: basketball for 4 years, volleyball for 4 years, peer leadership for 3 years, SAD for 3 years, yearbook for 2 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, International Club for 1 year. Sarah will be attending Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, where her major is undecided. Maddie Morrissey. Other beginning Will Morrissey. Her activities here at Marquette: basketball for 4 years, tennis for 4 years, soccer for 2 years, SAD for 4 years, International Club for 3 years, National Honor Society for 2 years. Maddie will be attending the San Luis School of Pharmacy. Marianne Serta. Color Tony Sue Serta. Activities in Marquette include basketball for 4 years, soccer for 4 years, student council for 4 years, senior class secretary, SAD for 3 years, president or junior year, peer leadership for 3 years, president or senior year, ambassador for 1 year, international club for 3 years. Marianne will be attending the University of Missouri at Columbia, majoring in business. Catherine Heights, daughter of Joe and Julie Heights. Her activities at Marquette include basketball for 4 years, volleyball for 4 years, soccer for 1 year, student council for 4 years, junior class secretary, senior class president, international club for 2 years, National Honor Society for 1 year, SAD for 4 years, ambassador for 3 years. And Catherine will also be attending the University of Missouri at Columbia, where she has not yet decided on her major. What a wonderful group of young people and parents. Let's give them all a big hand. Thank you.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
God our Father, we thank you for the joy of this winter sports season. We thank you for our strength and ability to play and compete. Before this game, we ask you to help the athletes to remain injury-free. May the competition be strong and fair. And after this competition, May everyone be safe on their journey home. We ask this in the name of Jesus the Lord. Amen. Now for your starting lineups for tonight's game for the visiting Piasa Birds. At forward, 6'3" junior, number 20, Brett Guthrie. At forward, the 6'1" senior, number 30, Ann Powell. At guard, the 5'9" junior, number 11, Ryan Gray. At guard, a 6' senior, number 1, Josh Robinson. And at guard, a 6' senior, number 12, Cole Lawson. The Piasa Birds are coached by Larry Lewis and assisted by Dan Kingsley and Dave Robinson. And now for your Marquette Explorers. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 23, J.T. File. At forward, a 5'10" junior, number 25, Leon Evans. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 35, Travis Elton. At guard, a 5'8" freshman, number 34, Dalton Holm. And at center, a 6'4" freshman, number 24, Derek Sterrett. Explorers are coached by Brian Nisman and assisted by Charles Gilder. Don't forget our halftime.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection.
Under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tab. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tab, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Get ready to tip it off, and for Southwestern in the center circle, it's number 20, and that is Brett Guthrie. He'll jump against the freshman Derek Sterrett, and we'll be underway here on this Friday night as we get ready for action. First quarter underway, the tip won by Southwestern, and here they come up the floor with Ryan Gray giving off to the wing. The shot up and missed there. They fight for the rebound right in front of us, and Marquette with the rebound, but they throw it away. And now an offensive foul as Sterrett lost the ball. Then he draws the charge. Guthrie with a foul.
Tough play that time for the freshman Derek Sterrett. Way to be able to take the contact in the paint there after fighting for the rebound. Just keeps his position, draws the foul. Marquette ball.
Well, he knew he made a mistake when he threw the ball away, so he had to make up for it, and he did. Drawing the charge, and it is on Guthrie. That'll be his first and the team's first. And Marquette with the basketball. They throw it to the right wing. The shot up, and it's missed. Rebound, though, and the Explorers keep it. Now they lose it. The shot missed by Travis Helton. Back comes Gray. Baseline, missed it. Robinson grabbed it and then fouled by File. And J.T. File will pick up a weak side foul on the weak side rebound by Robinson. Marquette needed to seal off the backside there, but they didn't do it.
Southwestern really kind of rushed that first shot attempt this possession.
And we'll see what they work on offense here. To the corner, Josh Robinson. Skip pass goes to Guthrie. He hands the ball off to Ryan Gray. Gray inside. Nice move, and he rolls it over the front of the rim. The 5'9" junior with 2.
Yeah, that was a real nice move, penetrating the lane there. A little double pump move in midair. Able to get that one to fall. Nice one by the guard.
Gray with a bucket. 2-0. Southwestern. Marquette basketball now. Right wing it is. File with 6:40 to go. First quarter. Back to the top, and Travis Helton now to File. Free throw line. Missed it. May have been blocked. No, they say out of bounds, and they say it's Piasa Birds basketball with a minute and a half gone in the game.
File, one of the top scorers for the Explorers here tonight, and he had a good look at the basket. They just kind of put the ball up before he was able to square his shoulders. He had plenty of time to do so.
Here's Guthrie down to the baseline, dumps it inside, but nothing but blue there. The Explorers with a steal, and here they come the other way as Travis Helton brings it up. 5'8" guard. He is a sophomore. Throw it to File, the senior. File to the baseline, kicks it to Eberlin. Long 2, and it's good. Right on the line with his left foot, but it's a 2 for Eberlin.
It was a good job penetration by File there to draw the defense into the paint.
Here's Guthrie the other way, and he lays it in. Southwestern having no trouble breaking the press.
None at all, and great penetration that time by Guthrie. Went strong to the hole and able to convert.
Marquette basketball. File again to Eberlin. Out to Helton, now to Halm. Halm, right wing. Forced it up, but it goes in. Swish, and it's 4-4.
Not sure how he was able to put that one in. Kind of an off-balance shot on the wing there, and really thought he was going to dish it off to one of his teammates.
Inside Guthrie again. Kicks it out to Lawson. Cole Lawson, number 12. Now to Robinson. 3-ball off the mark. Rebound. They fight for it, and it's tipped away, and Piasa Birds will keep it here with 5:18 to go. First quarter.
We may be in the danger zone here a little bit, being underneath the basket.
There's a shot off the inbounds, up and in. Quickly, Daniel Powell hits.
Nice shot by Powell on the elbow there. Quick little 12-foot jumper.
5:05 remaining first quarter. Eberlin tries to tie it, misses from the baseline. 6-4 Piasa Birds. Now they travel after the rebound. Guthrie in the backcourt walked with it, turnover, and it's going to go to Marquette.
Yeah, you see that quite a bit on the high school level. Guys just get a little excited and start to take some steps before they put the ball on the floor.
And Marquette will throw it in. Halm has it to File. He'll try a 3. It's off the rim, missed. Over the back, the freshman Derek Sterrett. Sterrett going for the rebound, but he'll pick up a foul.
And Sterrett frustrated with himself there. You can tell with the expression on his face. He knew immediately before the whistle was even blew that he was going to get called for that one.
Guthrie down to the baseline again. Double teamed, out to Gray it goes. They skip it right side to Robinson. Now back left side to Guthrie. Ball fake, he'll put it up baseline. Air ball tipped around. Marquette with the rebound, and the Explorers will bring in Bryce Smith in a moment. Actually, we'll have one sub each way, and there's a kick ball, so here come the subs. Cole Hagan in for Southwestern. Bryce Smith, 5'10" junior, in for Marquette. It's 8 o'clock. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. Into the 8 o'clock hour we go here on a Friday night. Explorers basketball, first quarter. Dalton Halm with a 3. Nope. Rebound Piasa Birds. They have a 2-point lead, and the orange. Here they come. Josh Robinson sets it up. Robinson, the point guard. And the quarterback of the team. Off-balance shot, missed on the baseline. Got his own rebound, then bumped by File. And File's going to pick up another foul and a technical. And foul in trouble on senior night as he's got 3 fouls now as he couldn't keep quiet after his second, so now he has 3.
The technical foul, just a knucklehead mistake there. You already picked up a quick second foul here in the early going to the first quarter. The last thing you want to do is get yourself teed up and cost yourself a third foul, and he's going to find himself on the bench sitting for a while. I would imagine he'll be sitting at least for the remainder of the first quarter, maybe a majority of this first half, being in foul trouble already.
Well, the referee didn't wait long. I thought he might take a little bit of barking, but boy, he said right here, right now, I'm going to take control of this game.
Yeah, there's obviously that kind of sets a tone for the rest of both of these teams. Don't be questioning the referee's calls. He blows the whistle, you just accept it, and that should be the end of it here.
Gray hits the first technical free throw. Now another in the air, and it's good. 8-4. Piasa Birds take an early 4-point lead, and they'll have the ball. That foul comes with 4:09 to go. First quarter, so 4 minutes into the game, File has 3 fouls.
Gray hitting both of those free throws. He's a 68% shooter on the year.
Lawson skipped past to Robinson, tipped away, and Marquette ball down by 4. Back the other way, off the glass, good, and 1. Nice drive by Bryce Smith, and he'll go for 3.
Smith coming in for File, really doing a bang-up job there. Penetrating strongly, nice way to accept the contact and still able to convert on the shot. That's the kind of pick-me-up the Explorers need after File taking that technical foul.
Now Smith will try to make it a 1-point game. It's 8-6, and it's good. It's 8-7 on a big 3-point play by Smith.
Marquette's got to figure out a way to beat this, or to keep this full court press from being broke so easily.
Here's Gray inside, knocked away by Sterrett, and a late whistle, and a foul is called. That looked like a good block by the freshman, but they're going to call the freshman with another foul. Sterrett has 2.
Yeah, the officials calling this one pretty tight tonight, not allowing for very much contact at all. I'm kind of on your side there, Brent. I thought it was a pretty clean block.
Gray misses the free throw this time. He'll shoot again.
Again, he's a 68% free throw shooter on the year. 2 out of 3 now so far, so right along with his average.
This one's good. 3 out of 4. He makes it a 2-point lead. 9-7. Piasa Birds leading here. First quarter. Down to the corner, Eberlin. He's on the line again. Good. It's a 2, but a long 2 for Eberlin.
Eberlin, nice job there. He really seems to be comfortable shooting in that corner. Marquette has their press broken again.
Up strong to the glass goes Cole Hagan, number 22, for 2 points.
He's a pretty big boy there, 6'3". Looks like he's got about as much mass as any 2 guys on the floor right now.
Out high, Lawson tips a pass and has the steal. Layup, no, but fouled by Eberlin. And he'll pick up a Marquette foul, and that will be 6 fouls on the Explorers.
Not a terrible foul there by Eberlin. Usually, you want to try and initiate the contact in a situation like that and prevent them from getting an easy shot. That time, Lawson able to get that one up, but just unable to convert.
Lawson free throw good. Southwestern with a record of 9-0 in the SEC, and all good teams, even conference champions, will be able to hit their free throws and make the other team pay, and boy, Southwestern has already. 4 out of 5 from the line. There's a miss. Ball out of bounds, saved right to Hagan though, and he'll lay it in for 2 more.
Marquette should have just been content and let that one go out of bounds.
Never save it under the opponent's basket. That's the rule. 14-9. Here's Eberlin for 3. No good. Rebound, Piasa Birds. Up by 5. Here they come again. Gray inside. Glass. Good. Gray with a fadeaway.
The Southwestern is really starting to pour it on here in the transition. They're really pushing the ball up the court quickly. And that's going to force Marquette to take a timeout, it looks like.
30-second timeout as the Explorers bring super sophomore Ryan Howland into the game. 6'4" sophomore, and again, he's been sick this week. We'll have to see if he can do some damage here. He's one of their leading scorers, but Marquette needing to stop this momentum because it's 16-9. Piasa Birds getting some offense here, and again in transition.
Yeah, a lot of those buckets coming in transition. Really, in the last minute and a half here, Southwestern's kind of poured it on, and Marquette's had the full court press applied pretty much this whole quarter, and really have yet to be able to stop Southwestern, or at least really make them work to get across that timeline. It just seems like one pass and good penetration by the Piasa Birds is able to break this full court press by Marquette. I'm not sure if they want to maybe try and pull it off and fall back into a zone and allow themselves to get set. But a lot of those buckets coming with the inability to stop the pressure on the transition.
Marquette basketball, 2:30 to go, first quarter. There's a pass tipped away. Robinson with a steal. Layup, it's good. Robinson hangs in the air for two.
Not to mention, Piasa Birds have been very effective in the paint tonight so far, converting on nearly every layup opportunity they've got.
Well, this was a problem earlier for the Explorers. A lot of turnovers with a young team. And if you turn it over 20, 30 times a game, you're in deep, deep trouble. It's 18-9 Southwestern now. And a kick ball by Robinson there, and it'll still be Marquette ball down at the other end. Just under 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
Speaking of that point about the turnovers, Brent, Marquette does have 5 already, Southwestern with 3, so.
Inside, left hand, and a shot missed. Bryce Smith changed his shot and missed it off the glass. Here comes Gray to Hagan. Piasa Birds with a 9-point lead and the ball. Here's Gray again, reverse layup, no good. Got stuck under the basket, and the Explorers headed the other way.
Good penetration that time by Gray, just unable to convert. Nice idea trying to go with the up and under. By Marquette just able to get a hand in there and deflect the pass just enough, or the shot.
Explorers running the offense. It is Halm with a bounce to the right side. Bryce Smith now back to the left, and Halm has it. He's out there with Travis Helton. Now Howland with a turnaround. No good off the back iron. Rebound, green and gold, and here they come again. Guthrie to Robinson. Robinson tips it. Goes right to Hanold on the baseline. In and out. He missed the shot. Ethan Hanold with a miss, and Marquette back the other way again.
Marquette catching a break there. Southwestern had them beat in the transition again. It was a 5-on-4 situation.
And a good look from the baseline. Now it's Marquette ball. They still have 9 points on the board. It's 18-9 Piasa Birds. And they're going to kill some clock here with 33 seconds to go, first quarter. Huge crowd here at Marquette on a Friday night, and Halm out to Eberlin. 3 ball, it's missed. Long rebound, it is Guthrie. Piasa Birds with a chance, 18 seconds left. There's a pass tipped away to Hanold, and Hanold off the glass, no good, but a foul on Marquette. It's going to go on Travis Helton this time.
Tell you, one of the biggest differences I've seen in this game so far right now is Southwestern has the ability to penetrate the basket, score in the paint. Southwestern seems to be very content shooting from the outside, and sometimes if your shots aren't falling from downtown, it can really be a long night.
Free throw up and in, and subs come in for both teams, including Cecil Bremage for Marquette, wearing number 10, little 5'8".
Cecil had a lot of playing time in the JV game, so he may be a little fatigued. See how many minutes he gets here in this first half.
He's a junior, 5'8" junior. Hanold hits the first and the second free throw, 20-9 in favor of the green and gold here. 20-9. There's a pass thrown right to the Birds. Here they come again. Hanold missed it. Hagan follows it up and in. Cole Hagan. And that's the end of the first quarter, in the Piasa Birds with the old momentum, 22-9. They lead here at Marquette after 1 quarter. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
With Trevor Shaw, Brent Birkeland back with you here. Folks from RiverBender.com here too. Check them out anytime. They have all of the games archived throughout the winter, boys and girls basketball. John and Dan here tonight at Marquette High School along with all of us. And the Explorers have the basketball as we start the second quarter. Trevor Shaw and Brent Birkeland with you, and it's Explorers basketball. File is back in the game with, remember, 3 fouls.
He's going to have to play a little cautious defensively. He doesn't want to pick up a quick fourth one.
Baseline shot and air ball missed by the Explorers, and Travis Helton hit nothing. Guthrie the other way. Off the rim, missed it. Rebound Marquette. So each team with a miss here to start the second quarter.
And it seemed like the offense ran a little more smoothly when File was in for those couple of minutes. He was penetrating the basket.
Howland misses the shot. File keeps it alive, and now a foul, or a whistle and a foul may be called from under the basket there. It's going to be a foul on Southwestern. Maybe Hagan will pick this one up. On the rebound, Ryan Howland for Marquette to Eberlin. 3, and it's good. Right corner for number 25.
Eberlin seems to be very comfortable pulling the trigger in those corners. He's had a couple of shots in a make in the opposite corner, and nails one now from the right side. Be nice for Marquette if he gets into a rhythm.
Baseline shot, it's up and in. Right back the other way, it's Powell for 2.
Speaking of rhythm, I think Southwestern has found theirs tonight.
Here's a 3 for File. It's off the back iron. Missed by Marquette. Rebound Southwestern. Here they come again. 24-12. They have doubled up the Explorers. Hanold gives it to Powell. Back to Hanold. Remember, the Southwestern girls went 10-0. The boys trying to go 10-0 in the conference. And there's a running shot up and in for Brett Guthrie for 2.
Guthrie's been very aggressive here tonight, really kind of been the focal point of the offense.
Howland breaks free, and Ryan Howland off the glass and good.
Good job by the youngster to take it strong, use the glass to make sure he doesn't lay it short.
Back the other way, a whistle and a foul, and it looks like File reaching in on Guthrie, and no need for that down the sideline, but it's going to be his 4th personal foul.
Well, as you can imagine, File's going to be coming out here, and imagine he'll be sitting down for the rest of this quarter as well. And in a situation like that, he's playing the wingman on the full court press. What he needs to do is, instead of swatting or reaching for the ball, just move your feet, get in front of the ball, the ball handler, set your feet, make him run through you, or possibly cause a trap situation to maybe turn the ball, force Southwestern to turn the ball over. And that's just lazy defense, really.
Guthrie with a first free throw. Second one missed, so he got 1 out of 2. 27-14 the score. Piasa Birds with the lead here. 5:50 to go, second quarter. Howland in the lane, blocked away, and then a whistle called. A late whistle there, looked like a big block, but maybe got him with the body afterwards. Number 20, Brett Guthrie with a foul.
Guthrie had some pretty good elevation on that one to block the shot, but as you said, he may have had a little body contact on the way down, but it looked pretty clean at the top of the play anyhow, at the release point of the ball.
Howland at the free throw line. It's up and good. 27-15. Marquette down by a dozen. And Howland will shoot another free throw. Marquette now 2 for 2 from the line. Southwestern, they've been at the line quite a bit here in the first half. 3 for 3 now. Howland hits them both.
Marquette needs to figure out how to fix this full court press. I guess one of the ways is for one of the guys from Southwestern to travel with the ball.
He traveled in the backcourt. Piasa Birds turnover. Marquette ball down by 11. They'd like to maybe get it to 6 or 8 points here at halftime if they can. The deficit.
Just take it one possession at a time is all you got to do.
Marquette basketball. Almost a travel there. Now Robinson going for the steal. Will pick up the foul. Josh Robinson, number 1 on his jersey, and he'll pick up foul number 1.
And really, to me, it seems like Southwestern is just simply out hustling the Explorers on both ends of the court here tonight.
Well, they've got good team speed. You can tell that.
Absolutely. One of the reasons they've been so successful breaking that full court press.
Running end to end, basket to basket, doesn't matter. They're on the move. Offense, defense. Marquette ball down by 11, and the Explorers set it up again with Bryce Smith on the right wing. Back to Dalton Halm. Now Eberlin. Long three is way short. A little out of his range there. Back comes Southwestern the other way. Guthrie, finger roll, good. Over the front of the rim again for the lefty.
He is not afraid of contact in the lane. He drives it hard and uses that left hand. Nice little finger roll over the front of the rim.
29-16. 4:50 still to go in the second quarter. Lots of time here still in the first half. 13-point game, though, and Eberlin gives to Howland. In the right corner, Howland bounces it to Sterrett. Sterrett stops and pops. Good. The freshman with 2.
And the freshman had been calling for the ball for about 10 seconds, and a confused look on his face when he didn't get it at one point. Able to convert that time.
Southwestern breaking the press again into the front court. Gray to Lawson to Robinson. Robinson baseline fouled. They didn't block off the baseline there. Bryce Smith with a foul.
Seen a lot of those lazy fouls on the defensive end by Marquette tonight, just reaching for the ball. Just got really what you need to do. You got to shuffle your feet. You got to stay in front of your man, move your legs, stay in a nice defensive stance. Stop swatting at the ball, just hoping you're going to get a turnover. You got to force that turnover, as you said, Brent. You got to cut that baseline off and force them to reverse the ball position.
6-foot senior Josh Robinson at the line. Good. He'll shoot another one as the Piasa Birds hit 30. 30-18 our score.
Robinson, a 68% free throw shooter on the year.
In the air and a miss. Tipped around and Powell runs it down. Some more hustle, but they throw it away. Out of bounds. It'll be a turnover back to Marquette. Southwestern has now shot 12 free throws already.
Goes back to that lazy defense by Marquette, swatting at the ball, really not getting themselves in good position to take charges and force Southwestern to be uncomfortable.
Looks like 8 out of 12, and there's a 3 for the Explorers. Bryce Smith from the right wing.
Well, if Smith and maybe Eberlin can find themselves a rhythm, they can get back into this ball game.
9-point game. Lawson misses a shot, gets his own rebound, missed it. Now Powell up with it strong and fouled. 2 offensive rebounds, and a foul is going to be called on Sterrett. No, looks like Halm, number 34, may pick this one up.
That's the second time this quarter that Southwestern's gotten a second and third chance opportunity in a fast break situation. A missed layup, followed by a rebound putback that was missed, followed by the rebound putback that was good. This time it was a foul. Southwestern really needs to consider pulling out of that full court press. It's absolutely killing them at this point.
2 for 2 for Powell, and the free throws keep coming. 10 out of 14 for the Piasa Birds.
Shooting well above their average for a team. Really no stellar free throw shooters on this Southwestern team. The highest free throw shooter percentage-wise is Wedgner, and he's only had 3 out of 4 attempts on the season. And then Robinson, second most, 76% with only 13 attempts. So
3:34 to go. First half. We're in the second quarter here, and the ball belongs to Marquette. They trail by 11, 32-21. Eberlin gives the ball off to Bryce Smith. Smith to Dalton Halm, and now timeout. Coach Brian Diskin and the Explorers want a timeout with 3.5 minutes to go till halftime. It's Southwestern by 11. Back at Marquette in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at webergc.com.
Golden Community Credit Union, your credit union.
Welcome back to Marquette High School. Trevor Shaw and Brent Berkland back with you here on the Big Z. Eberlin, right side, 3 ball is missed. Robinson with a rebound. Southwestern leading 32-21. Here's Gray from the baseline. Good. Up and in for Gray again.
Again, good transition by Southwestern, able to get a fast break situation where their offense outnumbers the defense. And an easy shot for Gray.
He has 9 points, averages about 8.5 a game. But again, he had over 20 Tuesday night against Roxana. And he's added again tonight. And baseline, Howland added again. 2 points.
Maybe Marquette needs to think about finding a way to incorporate Howland in the offense a little bit more towards the second half.
2.5 minutes to go. Second quarter. Here's Powell. Baseline. Good. Nothing but net as he steps out.
Also accepted a little contact there. I was kind of surprised the referees didn't blow the whistle, but good ball movement by Southwestern. Unselfish ball play by these Piasa Birds.
2:20 to go. Second quarter. And we're now at 36-23. 13-point lead. Here comes Hanold and Hagen in for Southwestern. And File is going to return for Marquette.
Kind of a surprising move this, with 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. File picking up fouls pretty quickly each time he's been on the floor.
Free throw missed there. I should say jump shot missed by Marquette from the free throw line. Here's Southwestern with the ball and timeout called. And Piasa Birds setting up some offense. They'll take a 30-second timeout. It's a loose ball there for a moment, but Piasa Birds have it, and they have a 13-point lead.
Interesting sequence of events there. They cross-court pass to Gray in the right corner here, and kind of had to jump to get it, lost his balance, and fell. Was able to keep his dribble without traveling, which is pretty tough to do. Kicked it out to a teammate who called the timeout before they were losing possession. So pretty heads-up play there by the Piasa Birds. And seems like Marquette, anytime they can kind of etch away the lead here, Southwestern goes on a bit of a run to make sure that they can't close that gap too much. A little more than 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Marquette needs to find some kind of a rhythm offensively. Maybe get that ball to Eberlin out on the wing. He's been able to pull the trigger from beyond the three-point line tonight. Maybe a little pump fake to get his defender in the air. He can drive the lane. He hasn't done that yet tonight.
Again, Southwestern, 5 wins in a row, 10 wins in their last 11 games. And they're rolling nicely here, looking to go 10-0 in the conference. There's a turnover, though. Marquette ball. Back the other way. Helton, glass, no. Tipped up, yes. Sterrett, the freshman, will get credit with 2.
This kid seems to be playing pretty tough. He's out there with a bunch of juniors and really playing up to his potential.
To the baseline, Powell misses this shot. Hagen with a weak side board to Powell. Over Howland. He missed it. Another offensive rebound. Good. And 1. Ethan Hanold puts it up and in, and 2 more offensive rebounds.
Really just poor defense by the Explorers in this sequence here. Seems like they kind of get caught up watching the ball a little bit, and they're not communicating well when they switch off their men. And again, the offensive rebounds for Southwestern is just devastating for Marquette right now.
Hanold puts it up and in, and he has 5. Coming off the bench with 5 points. Actually, he started tonight. He and Cole Lawson trading off quite a bit here tonight, and it's 39-25, 14-point lead. A minute and a half to go till halftime. At the free throw line, Sterrett lost it. File picked it up off the glass and in for John File.
File really helping out there in that play.
Hagen, baseline shot, air ball. Explorers have the rebound. Down by a dozen. Here comes Marquette again. Front court, quickly it's Ryan Howland. A little fadeaway off the back iron, missed it. Rebound, it's Howland again. Out to File for three. Off the mark, rebound Southwestern the other way. Here's Ryan Gray, bounces to Hanold again. 44 seconds till halftime. Top of the key, they swing it to Gray. Ryan Gray finds Robinson underneath. Blocked away, but he got it back and put it up and in.
Nice block by Sterrett at that time, able to help out on the weak side, but just wasn't enough to change possession.
41-27. Here's File under the basket. Out to Sterrett. Sterrett in front of the rim, left it short. Got his own rebound and missed it, but a foul is called. And Sterrett will shoot free throws, it looks like. A foul on the Piasa Birds there. Maybe Robinson with his second. Sterrett at the line, up and in. 41-28 Southwestern. Sterrett has 5 in this quarter. Howland has 6 in this quarter. Marquette's offense has come alive, but Piasa Birds, they don't quit scoring either. They have 41 and lead 41-29 after the 2 free throws by Sterrett. Here's Gray inside, fouled underneath. This foul's going to go on Bryce Smith.
Yeah, you mentioned the offensive production by Southwestern. It's really been a combination of good aggressiveness by the Piasa Birds and lackluster defense, or lack thereof, of Marquette. Marquette's really done a pretty decent job on the offensive end. They've only scored over 50 points 5 times in their 27 games this season. One of those coming in a double overtime game in Carlinville. So I mean, they're above where the average of what they would normally score in a half, but they can't stop Southwestern no matter how hard they try.
Gray 2 for 2, and looks like about 17 free throws shot in this first half for the Piasa Birds, leading 43-29. There's a 3, and it's good. Maybe it's only a 2. We'll have to see. 43-29. They'll make it 31. It is going to be a 2 at the buzzer, a long 2 by Bryce Smith from the right wing. So that's how the first half comes to an end. Marquette with a buzzer beater, and they trail by a dozen here at halftime. 43-31. Southwestern leading at Marquette. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I had transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.
With Trevor Shaw, Brett Berkland back with you here. We thank Marquette girls basketball coach Rick Dwiggins for joining us at halftime with a quick visit and an update on his first season at Marquette after many, many years in Oiler country as the Lady Oilers girls basketball coach. And now it's back to action here, third quarter. Southwestern with a lead of 43-31. Robinson fires it into Powell. Back to Robinson. Hands it off to Guthrie. Layup good. It's 45-31, and there's some more good passing.
Great passing that time by Robinson, able to penetrate the hole and find Guthrie just on the extension of in the paint there, and pretty much a wide open shot.
Well,
great unselfish play.
Balance for both teams, boy. It's Guthrie with 9, Powell with 8, Gray with 11, and even Marquette. Smith with 8, Sterrett with 6, Eberlin with 7, Howland with 6, and now they throw it away. Dalton Halm throws it away, and they say Southwestern may have tipped that out. Yep, it's going to be Marquette ball, and they're going to keep it, luckily, even though they should have had a turnover there.
Yeah, that's a pretty lucky call there for Marquette. It was a pass to Helton, who was cutting towards the basket, and they just literally threw it right behind him. Great play.
Inside there, Sterrett goes inside, and it's up and in for number 35, Travis Helton. 2 points for him.
Guthrie attacked the rim again, just unable to convert that time, so a rebound by Marquette.
Yeah, File has it underneath, and he has to call a timeout. He's trapped by a double team there on the baseline. It's 45-33. Marquette 12-point deficit here as they try to hang around against this conference champion Southwestern Piasa Birds. They've already clinched the SCC West title. They are 9-0, looking to go 10-0 in the conference. Not only that, but we hear for the springtime, the Piasa Birds baseball team and softball team may be the favorites to win the conferences again, too.
Brent, you were telling me before the game how strong they are in really just every sport, and I didn't realize how competitive they were from top to bottom in all their sports.
Southwestern Piasa Birds up at the intersection of 267 and Route 16. Piasa, Illinois. Southwestern leading by a dozen here. 45-33. Marquette ball. Eberlin for 3, and it's good. Keenan Eberlin has 10 points.
Eberlin has just not been afraid all night long to pull the trigger, and there's a trap situation Marquette almost had.
Guthrie reverse layup. Rolls off the rim. We have a foul called. And looks like it's going to be on Powell of Southwestern on the rebound.
And it looked like File and another player, I'm not sure which one it was, but two Marquette players looked to have Guthrie trapped in the corner right before the timeline, and Guthrie somehow was just able to squeak by him and penetrate all the way to the lane.
Well, they've got it down to single digits now after that 3, and boy, if they could get another bucket or two, get this crowd into the game even more, it might get a little interesting here. There's a foul on Gray as he goes for the steal. Gray of Southwestern with another.
Yeah, we did see a couple of times Marquette able to get the deficit into single digits in the first half, and each time they did, Southwestern was able to find a way to pull away and extend that lead back to 14, 15 points. So we'll see if they can find a way to close the gap a little more here with this possession.
It's Marquette ball as Helton throws it into File. File hands it off to Cecil Brimage. Brimage into the game. Now it's Eberlin. Posting up, it's Sterrett. Inside, good. It rolls off the back of the rim. Nice touch, up and in.
Nice patience by the Explorers that time to move the ball around, not forcing up anything.
Now it's a 7-point game, 45-38 Southwestern. Gray with it, top of the key. Jump pass to Cole Lawson. Now out the high post, Powell gives to Gray, missed a three. No good, rebound Helton. Here come the Explorers again. Helton up the floor. To Brimage, now Sterrett, back to Brimage, hands it to Sterrett. Headed to the lane, double team, and he throws it into the backcourt. Eberlin over and back as he had to run it down.
It's Marquette's first turnover since the first quarter. They had 0 turnovers in the second quarter, and that's a huge factor. One of the reasons they were able to outscore the Piasa Birds.
Southwestern basketball again, leading 45-38. And the Piasa Birds look to run a little offense here. Powell turnaround in the lane, missed it, rebound loose, jump ball called. Possession arrow to Marquette. Explorers head coach Brian Diskin, Piasa Birds head coach Larry Lois, as the two rivals battle here on a Friday night.
It just seems like the shots aren't falling the way they were in the first half for Southwestern at the other end here.
Eberlin almost had it, but Robinson with a steal instead. The other way, a glass and good. Josh Robinson has 7.
And again, Robinson, great penetration, a great move on the defensive end that time to play the passing lane, poke the ball out and get a couple easy points for himself.
So 47-38 now as File gives to Brimage, top of the key. They dump it into Sterrett, double teamed, over the top, good. Sterrett has 10.
He's been money on that flash to the paint tonight. They flash him cutting through the lane, and he takes a little turnaround jumper, and it's an easy 2 for him, for the freshman.
Now Southwestern breaking the press, and Marquette with a kickball on defense. So a 47-40 ball game, and Piasa Birds with the basketball. Robinson deep in the corner, fires it up, and in and out, no good. Rebound, Piasa Birds, and Guthrie fouled by Helton on the weak side.
Guthrie just seems like he's a beast on that, in the paint there. He goes up with such aggression. Saw him there going up tough for a rebound, fighting for it. This guy is fearless in the paint.
Free throw for the lefty, up and it rolls in. Good touch there by Guthrie. He's got 10 points. How many players going to hit double figures tonight? Gray already has 11.
Let's put the over-under on 5 players.
For each team.
For each team. Guthrie just a 43% free throw shooter.
And he hits them both.
Seems odd for a guy that shoots so well from the field, too. He shoots 59% from the field.
Well, he's 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. He has 11 points. The lead is back to 9 inside to Brimage. Now to the baseline. Sterrett missed the jumper. Rebound. Powell out of there with it to Robinson. Green and gold basketball. It's Guthrie on the left wing. Down in the corner to Gray. Gray driving inside. Rolls it up and off the back of the rim. Foul called, and thought it was going to be on Southwestern, but it may be on Marquette and Sterrett. I thought it was going to be on Powell, but it's Sterrett.
Yeah, I was a little confused on that too. I myself thought it was going to be on Southwestern, but
Green basketball here.
I'm sure they're not going to argue.
Powell fouled at the free throw line by Brimage on the jump shot.
Brimage giving up quite a bit of size there. Brimage 5'8", Powell listed at 6'1", so naturally a bit of contact going for a block on a jump shot like that.
49-40. Southwestern up by 9 points. In the air, missed the first free throw. So he has 8 points right now. So he may hit double figures soon.
Lawson comes in for the freshman Sterrett. Or excuse me, not Lawson, but Howland.
Well, both free throws missed by Powell, so it remains 49-40. 9-point game for the Piasa Birds. Here's File inside. Shot up and in as he jumped into the lane for 2 points.
Nice give and go there. File to Brimage. Cuts to the basket. Brimage is able to find File on his way to the hoop. And a pull-up jumper by John File, who's came on pretty well here since picking up his picking up 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Robinson misses a 3, then Powell with a foul for Southwestern. It's a 7-point game, and Marquette has it back down 49-42.
You got to give Marquette a lot of credit for battling back, being down what I believe as many as 15 points at one point in the first half. They haven't given up. They're still applying the full court press, which is working a little bit better here in the second half than it did in the first. I think I would still maybe fall back to a man-to-man or a zone, at least until you have to apply the full court press.
Inside, ball stripped away. Robinson with a steal. He's headed to the hole. It's up and no good, but a foul. Looks like Ryan Howland will pick this one up. 2 free throws for Robinson now.
Nice help defense that time by Robinson to poke the ball loose. He's done a fantastic job playing the passing lanes and helping off his man quite a bit tonight, forcing several turnovers. Odd Marquette had 6 turnovers in the first quarter, 0 in the second, up to 3 already now here in the third period. If they can just find a way to protect the basketball, they could definitely have an easier time of closing the gap.
First free throw good by Robinson. He has 8 points. And in the air, 9 points. He hits them both. 51-42 our score. Back to a 9-point game. Southwestern, they've led throughout. It was 22-9 after one quarter. Ryan Howland with a jumper. Free throw line, 2 points.
Marquette needs to find a way to get Howland and Sterrett in the lineup at the same time. I think that'd really benefit the Explorers, having those 2 big bodies on the post.
Both about 6'4". And right now it's Southwestern ball, 7-point game again. Hagan inside, no. Rebound though, Guthrie lays it in.
Guthrie hasn't had his name called for a couple of minutes. I think he was getting lonely out there thinking we forgot about him.
He's got 13 points, 6 in the third quarter. Inside Brimage, stops and pops, and Cecil Brimage has his first 2.
Nice cut through the lane that time by the short guard. Able to cut through from the weak side and a little pop and shoot.
7-point game again, 53-46. Howland almost had a steal inside. Now there is a steal by Bryce Smith for Marquette.
First turnover of the quarter for Southwestern.
7-point game. It was a 12-point game at halftime, 43-31. Here's Brimage in the corner. Now Ryan Howland bumped by Hagan down the side of the baseline. So Cole Hagan with a foul.
Well, I really thought that call was going to go on Howland for double dribble, and he put the ball on the floor with 2 hands. I think the referee may have missed that.
They throw it into Brimage. Out to File. 1:40 to go, third quarter, here at Marquette High School. Brimage has it once again. Left side, File. Inside, Howland. Almost knocked away, but Eberlin back to the top to Brimage.
Southwestern wants to watch Eberlin.
Howland forced it up and missed it off the rim. Robinson the other way. Eberlin knocks it out of bounds, and Southwestern ball, now subs each way. Sterrett in for Marquette. Powell in for Southwestern. Now here comes Travis Helton in for the Explorers too, and Ryan Gray for the Piasa Birds.
Last couple of possessions for Marquette, we've seen Keenan Eberlin just kind of floating around towards the top of the key as Marquette runs through its offense. I know he's waiting for a little soft zone to pick and pop a 3-point shot.
Powell from the baseline hits again, out to about 14 feet.
This kid is fantastic on the baseline, attacking the rim, plays solid defense.
There's a 3 ball, and it's an air ball. Marquette tries to save it. They do. Here's Eberlin out high. 10 points now for Powell, by the way, after that 2, so he's in double figures. Here comes File. Gives to the corner. Now Sterrett, fouled by Hagan at the mid-post there. And Hagan will pick up his third.
Quite a third quarter we've had here. Marquette trying to battle back, get into this game. Still a 9-point game for Southwestern, but Marquette really applying some pressure defensively for the first time, I could really say, in this game here in the third quarter.
Get ready to throw it in. They do to File in the lane. Jump shot outside the lane. Missed it. Robinson with a Piasa Bird rebound. 9-point lead. They have the orange back. Here comes Ryan Gray. Reverse layup. No. Rebound. Powell fouled as he grabs another offensive rebound for the green and gold.
And the freshman Sterrett just unable to get Powell boxed out. Really struggling with that quite a bit tonight. Are the Explorers having trouble boxing their men out, and a lot of second chance opportunities for Southwestern tonight. One of the big reasons they lead by 10 now.
10 because Powell hits the first free throw. He has 11 points. That foul looked like it was on Helton. On some help there. Helton with his third. Powell hits 2 for 2. He has a dozen.
Marquette may be looking for just the last shot of the quarter here to see if they can close the gap.
11-point game now.
I'd be looking for a three from Eberlin, see if you can't set up a three-point play.
57-46 our score. Eberlin to Sterrett. Sterrett down the lane. Left hand good and one. What a move by Sterrett, the freshman. Guthrie with a foul.
Maybe they look for the old-fashioned three-point play with Sterrett. Nice, strong move by the freshman to the hole that time. Way to accept the contact, take it up strong off the glass. This kid's really going to be a big player for the Marquette Explorers in the years to come.
Went to the left hand and protected the basketball. He has a dozen, make it 13 as he hits the free throw. 3-point play.
And a nice left hand it was, too, for such a young player.
8-point game, and now a foul with 7 seconds left. Marquette will pick up a personal here at the end of the third quarter. It's going to be number 20, and that's going to be Bryce Smith. Oh, the Explorers down 57-49. It's an 8-point game. Anything can happen. They throw it to the corner. Powell fires it up. Back iron, no good. 3 seconds left. Brimage at half court. Lost the handle. Now he just holds the ball for the end of 3 quarters of play. And Marquette has cut the deficit to 8. Piasa Birds 57. The Explorers 49 as we go to the fourth. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tab. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tab, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
So they make up a little more of that deficit here, Trevor. It's 57-49.
Yeah, and just kind of chipping away, and this is the quarter they really need to turn it on. And if they're going to close that gap, maybe hit a run here in the early goings to try and keep things close. The way Southwestern's been playing, they haven't given up a lot of easy shots for Marquette. Marquette has had to work for everything they've gotten.
Southwestern 57, Marquette 49. As we start the fourth, Piasa Birds ball. Ryan Gray to Ethan Hanold. Now out to Josh Robinson it goes, and Southwestern going to be patient here on this first possession of the fourth quarter.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them really take their time every possession of this quarter, especially if Marquette's unable to really close the gap and get it even closer. No shot clock here in the high school level. I mean, you can take all the time you want. Just work for a good shot.
Well, 45 seconds off the clock now. It goes to Gray, back to Robinson. Robinson bounces it to Hanold. Hanold outside, File almost with a steal, but it goes to Robinson. Jump ball called. Brimage and File both there.
That should go to Southwestern.
Jump ball called, and the possession arrow going to go to Marquette.
Huh. I thought the last jump ball went to Marquette. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, Southwestern had the ball to start the fourth quarter, so now it goes back to the Explorers. 8-point game. Here comes Marquette with 7 minutes to go. Eberlin with it. Left side, Dalton Halm. Back to File now. Right side, Brimage. Brimage looking for help. Finds Halm. Halm, they look for Sterrett every time. Brimage to File. Bounce good. Off the glass and in for File.
That's a really good no-look pass that time by Brimage, who was stuck underneath the hoop with the ball, and just a nice communication by File, letting him know he was there. Good pass, nice conversion.
57-51.
What a good job by John File, playing with 4 fouls the entire second half.
Had 3 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game. 3 for Hanold, and that's a big answer for the Piasa Birds.
Southwestern just is not going to give up that easy. They're not going to let Marquette come back into this.
60-51, and I think that's the first 3 for the Piasa Birds in the game.
Well, they haven't taken that many attempts.
File with a miss. Rebound, Piasa Birds up by 9. Here they come. Robinson, Guthrie, Gray, Powell, and Hanold on the floor for Larry Lois. Here's Hanold into the lane. Now to Gray it goes. Right side, it goes to Powell. Inside, left hand, good. Right around the freshman. Nice move by Powell.
This guy is strong when it comes to attacking the rim. He's just fantastic, taking that baseline cut, taking his man to the hole, laying it off the glass. He's done that at least 8 times tonight.
We have 5 players tonight in double figures total. There's a miss by Sterrett. Rebound Robinson. Here they come again as the lead is now gone to 62-51. A little 5-0 run, and here's more. Guthrie, good, and 1. Sterrett with a foul for Marquette.
How many times have we seen that tonight? Guthrie with a strong move from the post, accepting the contact from the Marquette defender, and he's converted on a couple of those for some old-fashioned three-point plays, but strong moves around the basket for Guthrie.
15 in the game for Guthrie, leading all scorers here tonight so far anyway. Sterrett has 13. Free throw is short. Barely caught the front iron there, and he has a big smile. Powell has 14. Guthrie with 15.
And Powell, another one of those players for Southwestern that's been playing strong around the rim, attacks the basket really well. I like Guthrie's little smirk after a near air ball. What else are you going to say, right?
What else can you do? Get back to defense. Here's Sterrett. Right side, missed it. Now we have some pushing and shoving under the basket. Foul's going to go on Cole Lawson of Southwestern.
I think Lawson looks a bit surprised at that call. Was looking at the play with the ball, and the foul came away from the ball. It's hard to see what exactly happened here under the basket, but
64-51, and Travis Helton at the free throw line. Helton up and in. Well, that stops a 7-0 run because remember, Marquette had got it to 57-51. Then it went to 64-51. Now Helton hits a free throw.
2 big free throws here for the Explorers.
He missed it. But let's see, somebody was in early. Sterrett to Marquette, so it wouldn't have counted, but it didn't go in anyway. So a lane violation there on Marquette, and Southwestern ball leading by a dozen, 64-52.
Keenan Eberlin comes into the game for Marquette, the three-point threat. See if they can apply the full court press, and it still doesn't work.
Just after 9 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. Here's Gray, a running shot in the lane. No good. File back the other way. File lost the handle, and he has it, but he traveled on the floor. Wanted to call a timeout, then he thought it might be a jump ball because Southwestern was in there with him, but they call a travel.
It was a good effort that time by File. Just kind of got away from himself, kind of outran his dribble, so to speak, I guess, and fumbled the ball a bit. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. You're going to the ground. You can't stand up. It's a traveling call, so you try to call a timeout, but he slid a little bit. He's sweaty. He's been playing a lot. Good effort.
64-52, 12-point lead for the Birds, and they have the ball back. They throw it into Powell. Powell over the timeline to Hanold. Hanold will back it up. Out to Lawson. Down to Powell. Layup. Good. Powell, 2 more.
Fantastic flash in the paint that time by Powell. It was easy to see him and an easy conversion. Marquette's getting caught up and trying to trap the ball handler.
Eberlin drives and lays it in. 2 points for him.
Good strong move by Eberlin. We've seen him take a lot of shots from the outside. I think that's the first time, if I recall, him penetrating the lane, and he was able to convert. So maybe he should think to do a little bit more of that in the next couple of minutes.
12-point game. 4 minutes to go now. Fourth quarter. 9 o'clock hour as we play on this Friday the 13th. Gray, Glass, no. File with a rebound the other way. Marquette ball. Explorers, JT File down to the baseline. Kicks it out to Helton. Now Eberlin to Halm. Halm for 3. Nope. Rebound, Powell. Powell has 16 points. Guthrie with 15. What a combo. Inside a foul, reaching in. Looks like Dalton Halm may have been reaching in from behind there. Marquette foul. Halm with his second. And to the bonus. Bonus for both teams. 12-point game, and Hanold at the line. He has 8 points.
With both teams in the bonus, too, you really got to be careful not to make any lazy fouls if you're Marquette or Southwestern. For that matter, if you're Marquette, you don't want the Piasa Birds to extend the lead. On the flip side, if you're Southwestern, you don't want the Explorers to close that gap. So if you're going to foul, nice hard fouls when they're attacking the basket, no ticky-tack fouls, reaching for the ball, things like that. Needless fouls will really help, put this game away.
Hanold misses a chance to get into double figures. He has 9. He missed the second free throw, but it was kicked out by Marquette. Southwestern will keep it, up by 13 now. Hanold with 9, Robinson with 9. 3 other Birds are in double figures. 2 more may get there quickly here, and they'd have 5 in double digits. They have 67 points. 3 minutes to go. Lawson to Powell, back out to Gray, now Robinson left side. Kill some clock here. And Southwestern with a double-digit lead. Just a moment ago, Marquette had knocked that down to 6, but now Powell is fouled, and somebody's going to foul out, either Sterrett or File. And it is JT File, the senior, and he'll get a big hand.
Probably a little disappointing for File, picking up 3 fouls in the first quarter here. Didn't get a whole lot of minutes in that first half, not the typical minutes you would normally see him have as a starter and senior on this squad, but JT File played a really solid second half.
Free throw missed, but Guthrie with a rebound, and we may have another Explorer foul out. Now it might be Sterrett's turn. Nope. They're going to call it on either Eberlin or Helton instead.
Well, the Explorers would catch a break there. Sterrett fouls out. He's really been fantastic, the young freshman here, keeping in the second quarter in particular, really kept this team in it and kept them competing as Eberlin takes a seat for what can only be a short period of time, I would imagine.
Guthrie missed the first free throw, but made the second free throw. Piasa Birds have been at the line all night long. 68-54, Howland underneath, no good, rebound, Powell again. Powell is hit in the eye, so an injury timeout here. Officials timeout as Powell checks his left eye, and he was smacked pretty good there.
Yeah, that stings quite a bit, especially when you got sweat in your eye already. You take a finger or a hand to the eye like that. Really kind of affects your vision for a minute or two till you can regain composure.
68-54, 14-point lead for the Piasa Birds. Marquette had it down to 57-51 early in this fourth quarter, but since then, an 11-3 run for the Birds.
That's really the way you want to close out the game.
Over and back called, though, as Robinson couldn't keep it in the front court on Gray and Guthrie's delivery on the left wing. Now Eberlin's going to come back in for Sterrett. So it's Brimage, Eberlin, Howland, Helton, and number 13 in the game for Southwestern, or for Marquette now, Joe Dunn. Here's Howland with it. Howland looking for help. Finds Helton outside. Now to Brimage. He tries to save it. He does to Dunn. Now to Howland. 2 minutes to go in the game. Marquette down by 14. They need to make something happen here. Helton has it to Eberlin. 3-ball short. Helton with a rebound. Lawson with a foul.
Nice hustle that time by Marquette. Really looking to find a good three-point shot. They've got, with enough time, if they can bury a couple of threes and get themselves back in it, but it's going to be a long road, and the Southwestern defense is not giving them an inch, especially at this point in the game.
I count Southwestern with 31 free throw attempts tonight. That's a lot.
That's
a lot.
That's an awful lot on any level, for that matter. And you can definitely say that's really been the swing factor of the game here. Had it not been for the Piasa Birds spending so much time at the free stripe, maybe this is a different game. Maybe it's only a 4 or 5 point game as opposed to a 13-point game.
Helton hits both free throws, 2 for 2. So he's up to 5 points in the game. It's 68-56. 12-point lead. 1:40 to go in the game, though. Southwestern ball with a double-digit lead of 12. And Marquette not going to foul here, it doesn't look like, with a minute and a half to go now.
Well, as much as you've sent the Piasa Birds to the line, and as well as they've really done tonight, I wouldn't be fouling them either. That's just asking to extend that lead. See if you can't force them into a turnover situation.
Here's Guthrie, breaks loose and lays it in. Guthrie with 18 in the game.
Fantastic flash in the paint that time by Guthrie. Good job by the ball handler to find him in the paint. Nice lay-in for Guthrie. He has attacked the rim well all night long.
Timeout, Coach Brian Diskin of Marquette. 1:09 to go. We'll take a break. Back in Marquette in a moment. Piasa Birds now by 14. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I had transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Academic programs and state-of-the-art facilities, it's easy to see why a growing number of students make Lewis & Clark their first choice. Call 1-800-YES-LCCC or log on to lc.edu and make Lewis & Clark your first choice.
Back at Marquette High School, a couple of threes missed by the Explorers, but then Howland with a bucket. He has 10 points, and it's 70-58. Trevor Shaw and Brent Birkland back with you. Southwestern 35 seconds away from going 10-0 in the conference. They've already clinched the conference championship, but another road victory tonight. They lead by 12, and here's a foul on Sterrett. He'll foul out of the game now.
It's just a foul to stop the clock there. I can't imagine there had to be another player with a foul to give in a situation like that. But you did mention Ryan Howland with 10 points tonight, coming off the bench. Impressive performance for him. He's been sick most of this week, so way to tough it out in this final home game for the Explorers. I'm sure the fans here appreciate his effort.
Free throw good by Hagan. 7 points for him. Sterrett, 13 points, but he didn't score in the fourth quarter. That was kind of surprising.
Yeah, it was really, especially after the output that he had in the second quarter. I really thought that they would find a way to incorporate him a little bit more in the offense here in the second half, and I thought he might be a big part in helping the Explorers get back into this game.
Well, he didn't score in the first quarter or the fourth. He had 6 and 7 in the second and third. Now we have a foul called as Brimage going to pick up a trip, it looks like here.
Brimage with the good hustle going after the rebound against one of the big men from Southwestern, Nathan Wegner, a 6'5" junior. And in the midst of that contact, it looked like Wegner kind of elbowed Brimage in the face a little bit. Brimage only 5'8". I got to imagine that smarts quite a bit.
Well, 18 seconds remaining in the game. Southwestern will be 17 and 7. They're going to shoot for 20 wins this year. Free throw off the mark by Wegner. He'll try again, and Southwestern will also, well, one of their goals to win a regional championship, and that'll be in Staunton coming up the end of the month. Free throw good, 1 out of 2 for Wegner. We're down to 15 seconds now. It's 73-58. Eberlin misses a 3, Southwestern ball, and they'll hold it now. And that will probably be the final score. 73-58. Southwestern 10-0 in the SCC, the conference champs. And they sweep Marquette, beating the Explorers twice this week. And tonight, it was at Marquette High School. Our final again, 73-58. Southwestern back with the postgame in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.